Good morning, welcome back to Moose on the Loose. Today we're going to be talking about universal basic income. So there's been some chitter chatter about this, and I think this really is going to be Justin Trudeau's one and only card to play to try to not lose the next election. Now obviously he's getting slammed in the polls because he's a terrible person, let's just call it as it is. All his policies he's made have devastated Canadians' lives. The universal basic income is the one and only thing that would even give him a sliver of hope to try to get some votes back. Now let's go back over here. It's too wet over here.
I've never been affected by peer pressure. Never.
So let's just go over what we know so far about universal basic income. Basically, they said at 17 years of age and older, everyone will get it. Doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. It doesn't matter if you're a billionaire or you have no money. The amount would be somewhere, I've seen different numbers, $1,800 a month. I've seen $2,000 a month. So that works out roughly between $20,000 and $24,000 per year that everyone would get. Now in the short term, this would definitely help out a lot of people be able to afford basics like the groceries, paying their heating bill, etc. It'll definitely help out with rent as well and mortgage payments. But then people ask, well, how is this? Who's paying for this? I see the comments like, can't wait to pay $500 for a loaf of bread. So how are they planning on paying for this?
We will never abandon Ukraine, unlike the conservative leader who's shown Canadians.
The government claims that if they removed a bunch of programs such as the welfare or the social assistance, whatever, if they remove that completely, because that's what this would be replacing, except everyone would get it. So they would take all the money that's being put into that. So there'd be a lot of money saved there. Money would be diverted essentially. There's also a lot of money spent on homelessness, homeless camps, all that kind of thing. So they're thinking if they take the whatever it is, billions of dollars on that and divert it, plus the social financial assistance. There's also a bunch of other smaller things that are all connected. If you transfer those things over and give everyone money, then you don't have to pay for all these other things. That's yet to be seen if that's actually going to be the case or not. Time traveler David checking in here. So I just been looking at a few of the notes here on UBI, and some of the savings are apparently coming from charging corporations extra taxes or not giving tax breaks to big corporations. Apparently there's billions given out every year, and there's extra savings there and a few programs they can cut. I'm a little skeptical on it. I don't know. I think it'd be great. I'm not against universal basic income. I'm against Justin Trudeau. I have no problems if he wants to put in universal basic income and then we can vote in Pierre Poilievre and he can keep it in there. I think that would be the best solution, because right now people are suffering. You know, I'm living on a shoestring budget. It'd be nice to actually go out and buy some oranges for once, or a mango, or a pineapple. Heaven forbid a pineapple. There's some real dangers with this program too. So if you say, so we're gonna take $20,000 per person, so it works out to be what, $10 billion for 1 million people is the cost. 40 times 10, $400 billion. Does that math make sense? It doesn't really matter, but say it's $400 billion per year that the UBI costs. That means they'd have to have savings equal to that. And I guess it's already hundreds of billions or whatever on poverty and low income payments and all this kind of stuff. There's some other serious things to think about, that repercussions that can happen from this. The main thing is if the government then gets everyone reliant on the government for their money, it's like, this is a slippery slope to communism. I don't know, like I'm in favor of it. I think it would help. I think we need it. And another thing to think about too is, while I do believe Pierre Poilievre is going to make life way better for Canadians once he does become Prime Minister, not if, once he does, I'm a little bit hesitant that, like, will he want to bring down the housing prices dramatically, or is he going to bring them down a little bit? It's hard to know. You piss off a lot of people if you bring it down a lot, because a lot of people bought in the last 3 years, and now those people are going to have lost their entire equity in their homes, or if it's a rental property, like, you're kind of pissing off people both ways. So I don't really know what's going to happen here. Plus, forget Pierre Poilievre, but just say every politician in general, they'll have homes, probably have multiple homes. It's not in their best interest to drop the prices, because they lose value in their own assets. So it would take someone really courageous and someone really willing to do what's right for Canadians to actually bring down the housing prices significantly, which will still make some Canadians suffer, but it will be for the better of all. It's a scary topic, because if people get completely reliant on it, then the government has got you right by the nads. And if you have someone who's in power who's really terrible, like someone we all know, and them having that much power, it's bad enough how much power they have right now, giving money willy-nilly to all sorts of things, and then money disappears. And like that $1 billion disappeared like a couple years ago when there was that air traffic control thing that shut down all the airports in North America. And people think it's a hacker, basically demanded ransom. Right, Chrystia Freeland, I remember her saying like, oh yeah, we don't know where that $1 billion went. Like, excuse me, you don't know where $1 billion went? So anyways, when you have someone have so much power, UBI's a bit of a scary thing. I honestly don't know. I don't know enough about the topic to be some sort of expert on it, because I'm not, but that's the basics of it. $2,000 each, basically. Do you think it'll make a big difference in your life? Do you think this is good for Canada? Share your thoughts down below, I'd love to know. I'm just climbing down this thing right now. I found another, basically there's a couple homeless encampments down here that I didn't see before. You can see remnants of it down there. And there's another one down there. Nobody's in here right now because it gets too wet down here. So there's no doubt the easiest way to get votes at this point for Trudeau, basically widely hated across Canada, is offering money. Money is the number one thing that speaks in this world. Offering $2,000 a month is his only card to play. They created the first bill, or the first hearing on it, I think October 17th last year, 2023. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see UBI come into play here in 2024, because he has to have some time where people get used to it and they start to change their opinion of the guy. So he can't roll it out before an election, like 2 months, in 2025. He's got to do it this year, so people kind of get like, oh yeah, he's a good guy because he's giving me money. Like, they have to have that attachment. So I don't know, we'll see what happens, but I don't think it'll work for him. I think people just take the money, enjoy it, and then vote for Pierre Poilievre. So let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next one.